Oh man, we live, baby. We live. We lit, baby. We lit. Jeez. Hey, what's really good, family tree? We're up in the building right now. I've got two phenomenal brothers with me as well. I've got my brother Asar and my brother, good brother, Smash Rockwell, brother Jonathon Owens, up in the building with us right now. We're about to go into some powerful information. You know what? This is going to be the first episode in the series of going through the Book of the Dead. And I really want to actually go back to the scriptures. You know what I'm always there. I want to go back to the scriptures. I want to go into the inscriptions. I want to go to the walls, tombs, and temples of ancient Egypt, Kemet itself, and really give you what the people of the time were actually saying, what they were professing, and what they were teaching itself, because it's so beautiful. I don't get to see it too often at all. Usually we're always engaging in dialogues, whether it's in a debate format, whether it's trying to prove one person right or one person wrong over the other person, is usually combative. So today we're going into a nice little study session. We're actually going to be touching on, this book right here, the Book of the Dead. Big book. We're going to actually go into like one of the most famous papyruses of the Book of the Dead, which is the Papyrus of Ani, which is in my home city itself, London, in the British Museum. So, so I love this. Personally, this is my book. This book right here is my book. When it comes into the hymns as well, that's me. Every day my family is 3 times a day, busting out those hymns, and we're going in. So it's so good to actually share this information with you guys. Family Tree, if you're loving Titans TV full stop, make sure you hit the like button and let everybody know. Share it right now to let everybody know we're live right now on Titans TV, baby. Come on. We already know we got my good brother Asar M. Carr up in the building as well. A piece to the family, Asar. And then
for listening. My brother Kalam is in the building. My other brother's in the building today. My brother Smash, we're going to do what we do. Shout out to Tamika One. Shout out to Facts Over Fairy Tales. He liked the information raw, so we ready, baby. We ready.
Jeez. Oh man. Okay, let me bring in my other brother as well. Let me bring in my brother Smash Rockwell, brother Jonathon Owens up in the building. Let's get it.
Peace. What's up? Let me get my camera game right. How y'all doing? What's up with you, Kalam?
Hey, we're good. Hey, family, let us know what you're saying in the chat section. Let me know. I see people already saying archers. You know what? Let me do it properly. Magi, archers, arrows up. Come on, baby.
You know how we do, man. Thanks for having me, though, and this will be wonderful. Just so the people know, I guess this just transpired live. I just seen the message while I was streaming. It ain't like we did no homework, so hopefully we could get work through it. I got to a level where before I go into discourses like this, I kind of like to preamble it, but you know how we do. We done looked over this many a times and we got enough readers to supplement the study. So thanks for having me.
Definitely. All right, so let's get into this, right? So right now I'm going to pull up on my screen. Let's see if I put it up first. Windows. We're going to start from, this is going to be the vignette itself. And then we're going to start from the actual beginning. Is this the vignette? What am I showing on my screen? There we go. Yeah, that's the vignette right there. Okay.
So what copy are you using?
I'm using straight from the papyrus itself, from the British Museum, the actual papyrus.
I want to supply you with a copy that has been stitched together that'll allow us to do it kind of seamlessly. Oh, but you can zoom in on this, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Good. All right, good.
Yeah. If you've got the stitch together, I had it like a few years back.
I'm gonna go just put it in the just so that we can have it. Why is it telling me to join? I guess I gotta connect. I'm trying to join the chat. I guess I gotta join the chat.
Good evening. What's good, family? Come on.
Or it's just making me join the chat. Here we are. So anybody want to follow along? This is a copy from Ushabitz, and they got it stitched together for scrolling. It's the same exact text we're about to look over, but as you notice, we're The copy Kalam got is a bit better because we'll be able to zoom in, but the copy I provided allowed people to see the text as it actually existed for whoever owned it for Ani himself. And it's a good reference to have because we can identify. So yeah, it's on you.
All right, perfect. All right, let's get it in then. Oh no, I think you shared it, but let's see. Can I star this? Let's see if I can star it and it will appear. Would it appear?
So one thing, yeah, it should appear. And one thing we'll notice when we look at that text is this ain't actually the beginning. There's a section to the left. Yeah.
That's the beginning. So yeah, I wanted to give the clarity first because this is the vignette of it, but we're not going to be starting from this one. We're actually going to be starting from the very first one. But this gives you the context of what we're actually doing right now. So over here, as you can see, so yeah, over here, this is the, how can I put it? This is the beginning of it. To be honest with you, this particular vignette over here is the beginning, and then on the left-hand side would be the text itself. So let me just show you what I mean.
Oh, we couldn't see your mouse. I'm not trying to cut. Yeah, we couldn't see your mouse.
Okay, so on the left-hand side, let me stop sharing this one. The left-hand side.
Let's just go in. I see it. Let's get it.
Yeah. So this is the left-hand side. This is the actual beginning. Hopefully, you guys can see it. Right there, that's the actual beginning. But what we were seeing before was the vignette or the imagery of what's taking place. Okay, if that makes any sense, it's the actual imagery of what's taking place to this particular text. So let's get it in. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit.
Let's go back to the other one real quick, just because it's.
You want to go back to the other one?
Yeah, and as we get it in, there's so much we got to even tell them before we start getting it in. But go back. I mean, because I was thinking, so people need to understand the orientation we're coming from. We understand where to go to start, right? But they wouldn't even knew why we was going over there to start, and we'll just break it down like that for multiple reasons. So just like my brother just told us, we're looking at the vignette that follows the scene we're about to read, which will explain, it's just, this is just the photos that accompany the text, basically, just like a normal book we have.
Go ahead.
Just so people understand why we're not going right above the text. I mean, the text right above the character's head is obviously because of the orientation of the glyphs that we're looking at. And so it might look like we're going to start and then read backwards into the characters. And that's exactly what we're going to do because it's designed like that way. At the portions of the text where it's not the such, we'll find some of those, and then we'll have to start reading in segmented directions. But you were about to add something to Saul?
Yes, sir. If you'll zoom into the part where the Ankh is holding the sun a little bit, so we can get to this picture. Now, this particular picture, just so you guys can understand, this is the Asar in the middle right there. He's just transformed. So you have Nebet Het. You see it above her head on the right. So you see Neb, and then you have the Het, the house figure, right on top of her head, sitting on what? The cow's placenta, the golden noob. And to the left, we have the chair. We have Aset. And just like the song of the two sisters, they're bringing Asar back. They're singing to Asar to give, because you're getting life in the next world. In the middle, you have the Djed column. That's the backbone of Asar. You're the Asar. When you pass away, we call you the Asar. We call you the Asar Ani. You're going to hear us read a lot in this book. And then these are the baboons. One of them, most of them represent Jehuti, but they also praise the sun in the morning. So they're giving praise. Everything is in praise of you if you lived a good life, if you were Ma'a Karu, true of voice. And now let's begin your journey. Let's read your book.
Jeez. Oh my God, that was beautiful right there, So if we're ready, let me know. I'll move on to the actual slide where the words are written.
Go right ahead.
Yeah.
Are we good, or is there anything else we need to break down over here? Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Smash was doing that late night stream. Look at it.
I was up early this morning. I was trying to get with Chuck Morgan. So now another thing we'll notice is that where we're going to start is going to be written in red, and people try to equate that with the the biblical text, how some of the sacred Jesus text is written in red, but it's going to be a little bit of a difference here. Unless somebody can say, no, that's when Wasser is speaking. But as we go over there, we see praises. How much can you zoom in?
That is it now. That is much.
Oh, okay. You know, one thing I do sometimes. Oh, yeah, you
Actually,
go.
no, there you go.
Oh,
there you
perfect.
go.
Oh, you're off the hook. So now, so people know we're starting from the column furthest most to the right, with that red text at the top, furthest most to the right. Where if we're starting all the way from the right, the first thing you see what looks like a star. That star with the guy with the two hands behind it, a lot of us recognize that as praise, right? I mean, we don't even know that the hands like this. That's why I don't even like doing that freeze, and they make you go like this, because I think all the way back to ancient Kemet, where you would go like this is a praise or veneration. So here we got dua, and then you see the papyrus roll. Now I don't know if I couldn't see your mouse, but if you moused along with what we was talking, can you see his mouse? Sorry. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So that's where we're at right now. And so you see the star, the veneration hands, and then we see a standing up papyrus roll, which is just giving us a term for praise, which is dua. Now, right under that in the black, we're going to see a R and an A. So we already know that's Ra. But then, as you see, they let us know they're just not talking about the sun. They're actually talking about Ra, the Netur, as they put the Netur right there. So first phrase we got is Dua Ra right there. Y'all with that?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Now, here's something interesting. It seems we have just the circle right here is given, a kef?
Yeah, Kef Ubin, I think.
Well, Ben, I see the with Ben, but I'm just trying to work out the kef. We know what Ben is going to give us something like what shining of Ra, but I ain't trying to leave out this what appears to be something like a kef.
Yeah, this is K. This is the KH right here, KH right there, the F right there, and this is a T, but which you can't see too well. So that's the tea cake.
Oh, okay. So what? With a kef with a T is gonna be temporal or something. I don't know. But about time rising, something about him rising, Ra rising, and then what do we got after that? So the what Ben is given with Ben if he rises, M Akit. So I hope people follow. That's an M right there, and then we got Akit and the east. So on the eastern horizon, I mean, so people need to know how we get it right. So we see the eastern. We seen the Akit first at the top of what my brother is highlighting, where you see an M, is like on or upon, and then we see a little circle with two mountains around it, which is letting us know. You know how you see the sun come up through the mountains? That's the word Akit, right? For horizon, Akit, Akit. Like Hor M Akit. And this east word I just identify with my eyes, but it's something like Abit, Abit. One of y'all want to say that?
Maybe. Is that Amentet?
Abtet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, something. Yeah, exactly. Abtet. And that's giving us the east, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that looked like an N, but I could be deceived under it. Net, that ain't net. Is that net? Or what y'all say for that?
Newt Pet, maybe for the heavens, I believe under. So Newt,
Newt
I would
Pet,
say, and she would equal the heavens, and there goes the sign for the heavens.
But I do see heavens, but you think that's Newt?
I think
without no nature or nothing there. It could be.
I think it's the. I think that there is nets, as in off, feminine.
So like
off the heavens, pets right here.
Yeah, of the sky.
Yeah,
or of the heavens. Yeah. So wait, let's go back and read it English now, since we got that far to of the heavens. So it was like, what was it like? Praise Ra, or praises to Ra, and then what was that? What when he rises or when he shines? What being is
when
shining
he rises
in
the horizon. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
in the horizon, in the eastern horizon.
In the eastern horizon of, or what did y'all say? Net was
of the
of
heavens.
the sky, of the heavens.
Of the sky.
So if they say in the eastern horizon, it'll probably be of the sky. And then we got it on by Waser. On this,
By
that's just giving us a by. Waser being Osiris, y'all. So we starting to go a little fast, and I want to slow back down for the people who are reading this. So he's a
Let me
scribe.
say this real quick.
He's a scribe. Why is Asar a scribe? See, listen, I'm saying we going hella fast. So let's go back up to the Asar real quick so people can see how we doing that. So under the red, you see that I. And one of the things that's just a shortcut for people, whether you see the other determinatives under it or not, the throne and then the netcher, most of the times that you see the I in the glyphs where it stand alone is going to refer to either two type of meanings. One will be like a creator, creation, the word is IR. It is a word, or if it ain't the or something pertaining to creation or making, then it'll be talking about Waser or Osiris in most instances. And so I see that that's even linguistically, they have Waser connected to creation in that regard. And it's just something to point out. And next we see, for some reason, they have him being a scribe right under that. As we see this next term, I'm saying that's sesh, or we all know that's sesh.
It is.
Next.
Yeah.
But I don't know Asar about being a scribe of anything. Y'all want to talk about that?
Yeah.
It's
so
because Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, brother. Yeah, this goes back to what I was telling you earlier. In the picture we were showing, you become the Asar. So for you who are listening, since you're the Asar, and he's already pointed out, we're looking at the book of Annie. This particular Asar is the Sesh Annie. He's the scribe Annie, and that's why this particular Asar is a Sesh.
So we see the scribe, then what we got, Hotep Neter.
Yeah, so we got Hotep Neter right here. So he's the scribe of the holy offerings or the divine offerings
of all the gods, actually.
Of all the gods
of Seb.
So how did we get that all the gods?
Of all the gods. Of all the gods.
Yeah, that's all the gods because the Neb is after the gods.
Yeah.
But do anybody want to break down how we got that? Well, we see the three. Well, I can break it down. So that same conjunction, you guys notice, if you want to scrutinize it for consistency, you'll see that same N that's above this N right here. When we were figuring out earlier, it had a T on it, and we still figure out it was working in this prepositional type of basically connecting the offerings to what is being offered. So it's the offerings of all the gods. Now, why we say all the gods, but first they got multiple gods. They got three netchers. Before that, they have the three netchers, right? So that's giving us some plurality in divinity. But then they went further to length and put the term Neb, and then they put three strokes under the Neb to say all or every, or that's when you got Neb following the term. So it's like gods in plurality, and then it got every. So that's just like all the netchers. He's the scribe for all the netchers, a scribe of the offerings of all the netchers. And actually, it has his name right here, as we see, Ani. And so
see, I always say this. I always say that his name is pronounced Anui, but you have to correct me though.
Well, that's good to say because they really do put the three strokes right there, and nobody trip off that to where that would be Anui, Anue. I mean, really, it'd probably be Anue. You know what I'm saying?
Let's break down how we see that. We got the hawk vulture, which is the long A, so that's our ah. We've got the N, which is right underneath the hawk vulture, which gives us the N. And then we've got the three strokes, which makes the E. So when you, and then right underneath, you have the two reed leaves and the man, which is the determinative, because we know we're talking about Annie. So when we make the sound out, we've got I, nu, because we got the three strokes. So this becomes, instead of just N, it becomes plural. So it's Anu. And then we've got the reed leaves, which would say E. So Anui. We can see Kalam's, or if you just want to say Annie, go with Annie.
Yeah, we say
Annie. You know what's,
go ahead.
Yeah. And you know what's funny, yeah? For the people who say that the Medunetta hasn't been deciphered, right? It's funny how there is three sabers, yeah? on the panel right now. Yeah.
Reading it.
That I've just gone through. Yeah. I'm just broken down symbol after symbol, hieroglyph after hieroglyph, yeah, grouping after grouping, and we're all recognizing and understanding exactly the same thing. And we could correct each other or fill in the blanks here when we don't know anything. Imagine. But yet the hieroglyphs has not been deciphered.
Some assume we probably went to the length to fake this out. Even that I probably told you I'm gonna be streaming on Sonetta. Come into the chat and invite me to read, and then we feel like we've been practicing last night or something. And I kind of I was kind of scared, like, oh, he caught me. I ain't looked at Ani in a long time. But I forgot how much we've actually done this work in the earlier days, and so we should be able to get pretty good through this text.
100%.
Top line we got this is the second column. So it says the Jedeth, words spoken by him.
And so now just so people can know, when we see that curved snake with the hand under, we're gonna see it a lot of times in this text. Cite us for consistency. Most every time we come to this, that curved snake right there. Oh no, not the horny viper, the one on top. Some might thought it's a tongue, but that represents that snake with the hand under it. We're going to say that it's a recitation, however we cite it. We might say words said by, we might say recitations. Some even say incantations sometimes. I don't go that far. Now, the other snake my brother Kalam was just showing lets us know that it is said by him. And you'll cite consistency here. Even if you want to get a pen or a pad and draw these things and try to catch us up later, like, oh, you said the snake meant this. You'll notice that, this stuff is extremely consistent. See, over there, when we was talking about him rising, that was actually in a word that you guys explained to me that was kafet, or because I didn't see the T under it, so it was like a tense word or something. But nevertheless, when you see it in the suffix situation, that F is most normally going to be saying his. So now what we got, I see something like a reed leaf and then a something for respect, but I'm gonna tell you the word Najim. If we look it up in the dictionary,
Anage, I think Anage right there. Or just here Anage.
Yeah, but I'm just remembering. I don't know it with a reed leaf in front, so I'm going to what I presume is the root, which would be that NJ. If you just go to the left, just the left glyph. I'll pull it up. We got a dictionary.
Oh, this one.
In the dictionary, real quick.
I could pull up the dictionary.
You got the.
You got
Vigors. No, you got Vigors. You pull up. Screen is active. Oh, I got it right here. You want me to share?
Yeah, if you put it up on yours, so we can share the two screens. Family tree, let me know right now, if you're feeling the show so far. Right now, we're going through the Book of the Dead. This is the number 1 study. This is the episode 1. So if you guys are interested in Kemetic information, right? Like the most famous book when it comes to the Kemetic information, has to be, and I'm talking about primary text, the most famous has to be the Book of the Dead. And the most well-known books of the dead, because there's various books of the deads, right? Different nobles and scribes and other people, commoners, they all had books of the dead, right? Made up. But the best well-preserved, or one of the best well-preserved books of the dead is in the British Museum, the Papyrus of Ani itself. So, and this is what we're reading from. This is literally the very first chapter. When you open it up, let me just quickly show you. When you open it up, right? Look, this is right over here. That's the end of it. That's the end of the book right there. Let me see. Why is it so small like that? Let me see. Can I maximize it? I've zoomed in so much. There we go. Let me take this off. See, this right here is the beginning. Budge is the one who actually procured it. That's why he's got his stuff there. He's the one who procured it. That's a nice way of saying he picked it. He tomb robbed it from Kemet itself. So as you can see here, this is the very beginning of the Book of the Dead. And this is the very first chapter, the very first book. Sorry, very first chapter or utterances within inside of Anui or Ani's Book of the Dead. Okay, him right there with his beautiful wife Tutu. Anui and Tutu are enjoying life in the afterlife. We must keep their names alive. Anyways,
Oh yeah, you can share that screen
Yeah, you go.
so people can see. I don't know the term that is say, but I think it's this because it just got a reed leaf in front of this word. See what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just said nedge, and so I nedge or whatever. I think that would be kind of like leading us to the same thing. I said respect, but it says homage. The same thing.
Same
You
thing,
know,
yeah.
homage is a different type of respect. I guess homage is respect in past tense, huh? Oh, no, that's not true.
We'll
I
pay
don't know, but
homage to your ancestors. What
what's
we
the
always
difference
tell
between
them.
homage and respect? I'm a wordsmith. I like to know these things.
Homage is a deification. Respect is just common. What is it called? Common. I gotta go look it up again. Let me look it up. Let me see. Respect.
But yeah, I got the dictionary on my other monitor whenever we need to refer to it. So
Giving particular attention to, expression of high or special regard or deference, quality, state of being. So that's our respect. Let me just pull
he
up.
got it. He got it. He got it. He got it with a whore on it. Is it still respect? It's to hell to, right? So it's still some type of respect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
just by knowing the root, and now people can see I only knew the root. I didn't know the term. And y'all see that happen live, that I fixed in on the root of it, which got me close to an understanding. I said respect, but he pulled up the actual term. Does it even have a whore after it on the text we looking at?
yeah,
Okay,
See,
may
and
do, you know.
so
Let
it
me
says,
just
praise to, held to. Yeah.
so it's the hell to. So you can see it
Mhm.
happen in real time, how we have to work things out to come to certain conclusions.
And
Yeah,
homage is
please.
to do in a funeral, in a ceremony. So that would mean that's why they chose that word over the respect form. But absolutely awesome, great point.
Let's get back into it. Um,
Let's
where
let
exactly are we
Smash
done?
lead if we're gonna do this whole thing, because that's gonna be a lot. And he's got his formula in his mind right now. He's going well.
Well, we got all the tools we need. I got the dictionary open over here. We got the long copy. We can zoom in on this, so everything should be good. And I know with y'all support, we could retranslate this if we wanted
Yeah.
to.
Put your
You know
cash
what?
app.
I wish Jay Mill was here. Oh
Cash
my
app.
gosh, I need to
Come
hit
on,
Jay
Jay.
Mill because
Hit Jay up. Yeah.
he got the whole. He probably did this whole thing in
Jay says.
Jay says. Let me ask him. But yeah, so where we at?
All right, give me a second. I'm trying to get back up on the screen. Let's see. Windows, here we go. Okay, so let's get back into it. Anej Haruk. So where are we? Anej,
Whore. So that was the hell
and then
to.
Hor.
Now we got a K after that. So someone hails to. You hail to, or how did you do the K? You
Homage
hail
upon you.
or
Homage upon you.
Also, but when your definition, mine said homage. Yours said to hail to.
Same
And I think
thing.
yours was more correct though. So you said homage to you or the hell to you? Yeah, a hell. Okay,
Yeah, I think
That's still the same
that's
thing.
the same thing. I'm tripping. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Homage to you. So now, if you could get your zoom in back on, that'd be cool. Because
Is it not zoomed?
I
Is it
need
not
to
zoomed
make
in?
it. Maybe let me make.
No,
Okay.
it's kind of.
Remember how you was earlier? You was zoomed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Here we go.
All right,
Now we
Keep
got a
going.
walking reed leaf, and is that another reed leaf behind it? Now, so I see a walking reed leaf, and we'll talk about this. Then I see what appears to be another reed leaf behind it with a Y. So the walking reed leaf is going to give me INI. Maybe you could, if you put that in the dictionary, we'll probably get hit with the walking reed leaf, which just means like to come. But then it says more, so it's like. This is me just reading it, and I'm sorry. Let's keep it on the top part real quick because I read the first glyph as a triliteral, INI, and then we got so it's like, and I think I think it is INI because I could clearly see the reed leaf behind it is that final I that I was talking about. So I'm gonna try INI with a YT yet. Let's look that up. You can look that up.
I think
That
it's
looks like
two
feet
Ys.
though underneath the other one, so it looks like NEE. as opposed to a T at the bottom of those two strokes.
I don't see. There's no N. There's no N here. It's just
the
ye.
N, the
It's
N
just
is
two.
Is in the triliteral of the first glyph. I could be wrong, but I noticed
Okay.
that. Or maybe I can look up come or to go. The reed leaf with the 2 feet. How do you say that? I think it's
I thought it was E. So
it could just be without an N, just E. Just
yeah, I thought it was E.
It could be
I'm
I.
looking at
Yeah. Hold on, we about to. Yep, I got one reed leaf, but not with the feet. Or no, I'm close, boy. I'll be close. I'll be so close. So look at this. I just pulled it up. It's IMI, but hold on. That's an ME. Hold on. We're gonna get there in a minute. There are also you right. I see it. Let me share so people can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Share.
it's for me. It is M18 on Gardner's sign list. Is M18, which would be
and how you transliterate I 2 eyes.
I. It'll be 2 eyes. Yeah, 2 eyes.
Okay, so we can leave out what I thought, but I want to show y'all some other stuff.
J Mill, hit the stream. J Mill in the chat.
Oh yeah, Jay, you come in the stream, bro. Let me see if you can see what I'm seeing. I don't know why I can't share my window. Here we go.
Rob Bourne.
So this is so everybody can see. That's the one we decided on, but let's look at the other options. You see this IY right here as an epithet for Horus. I don't think they talk about that. It's also meaning to come, just like we said, but I don't see, like I thought, any type of INI. So let's leave out the N. Let's go II. I'm gonna run through this. Oh man, I told you I don't be that far off. So this is what happened. Look, the legs on the new bowl for anybody watching is INI, but the legs on the reed leaf, is simply II or E. You saying E? Yeah. Okay.
I say E because the other reed leaf is going to be that's going to give us our Y with those together.
So I'm gonna remember that when I see the new bowl on the legs, it's to bring, and the other one we talking about is to get up out of here, huh? It's like to leave or to go or whatever, or to maybe to come. All right, cool.
Too as well.
I like working those out. So where we at? So he coming then is to come. So it was I, and then what's the following words after that? We have a Y and a T. Yeah. So how you say that? Ayet? Yet?
That's why I was trying to figure out if that's a T.
I hadn't went down there yet. I was talking about that Y and that T still on that same line.
Just on.
Yeah, no, right above.
The 2 strokes. The 2 strokes.
Yeah, 2 strokes and right underneath.
Oh, that's legs.
Yeah, that's
legs. That's legs. Come.
That's legs. Yeah, on my TV it looked like a half loaf T. You feel me?
Zoom in some, Kalam.
The more the better. But I know it's probably hella big on your screen, but it's perfect now on my screen. Yeah, that's definitely legs. So now what y'all got after that? Now let's go down to the next 2. Something with a reed leaf after it. Y'all got that already?
Come to the land. Ta.
That's T. T. That is
that's a T.
Mm-hmm. So what's the word? Ta? Not.
Or
I mean, it ain't the.
Or T. Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I'm going from the head. You know, I ain't got no dictionary and nothing out right now. I'm just pulling it.
Somehow I think it is a, what's it called? A personal pronoun dependent. So what would that be? I think it means you know.
You
means you. Like, I think.
Well, would it say come? Well, the first one was to go or to come.
You having come. So you having come. You come.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. And what's that after that? M bird?
Yeah.
Let's see. Over here. Yeah. So M, we got M here, which is a preposition. So it could be as in, and then we got khepara over here, or khepri. So if we read it, you having come, homage to you, coming you coming as khepri. That's what I've got.
But it's like Capri.
Yeah.
So I wonder what's
So this
Capri
because manifestation of manifestations.
Okay.
That's what it usually means.
Because he's transforming, as they say in
Yeah.
the book.
Capri M Mot or Capri M Quima or Quima.
Is
So
that
you
my
oh, sorry. Oh, right.
no,
Here,
that's not Ma'at. That's M.
English.
That is Quim. So you know the word with the Q and then the MA. Quama. Does it mean to either smite or to cut or something? It's just my memory. I'm not in the dictionary. It's like a Q in the MA. I can look it up.
Kema is usually to make or create out of the ground, right?
I thought it was to cut, but let's look it up. See, here's another thing about reading that people need to trip off of. It's just like English. You don't know every word, but you can read it, and you can use your tools to go. It's just like we go into English dictionaries when we don't know a word. You see us here going into ancient Egyptian dictionaries to do the same thing. But yeah, you got it to create. I just see one on my screen that says to create. But I got one that substantiates kind of like what I thought too. So let me show you. And I don't think it means to fight here, but I always like to show why I'm wrong. You feel me? So here we got.
Somebody just asked for a whole sentence. Let me see if I can give you guys
a whole sentence.
Do the whole thing, just like we did the first column.
Yeah, I thought we.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
The whole first column.
We're gonna give it to you. We're gonna give. Could someone just repeat this column though? So because they're going on like they haven't heard a whole sentence. So we're gonna give you this whole thing, and then afterwards, when we finish this bit, we'll give you the second one as well, right? So over here, we said if somebody wants to just read it out in English.
How about this? You read it in Medu Netra Asar if you want to, then I'll read it back in English for them if you want to.
Okay.
Or I could do the Medu Netra, do a ra, you know what I'm saying? Do a ra. What? Kefet, F, M, Akit, what's that word again? I bet you y'all said. Abtet, net, pet. Then we got an. Wasir, Sesh, Hetep, Neter, in Neteru, Neb, Ani, Nebu, Ani. Now let's read back that in English for him. Anybody?
So,
yeah.
So over here.
Hold on. Give him the sentence again, I guess.
So right here, we got Duara. So, praise to Ra, who is risen in the eastern horizon of the skies by Asar, the scribe of the holy scribe of the holy offerings of all the Necheru Anui.
Well, we can read them all like that if that's what people prefer. You know what I'm saying? We just was trying to make it more instructional. So let's do the second line like that too.
Let's keep it. Let's translate it, and then we'll do one line. It's just that person may not have seen it before, so I just wanted to make sure that they're on board with us. So right here we just came from this word, creator.
Creator of the Neteru. Right? And in his glaring appearances, like ain't that like shining? Glorious. How do you take that?
Is that how?
Yeah, ain't that like his glorious appearance, like shining or something?
Crowning appearances. Yeah, crowning and appearances.
Yeah, I can pull it right up, but I know is so people can see. Whenever we have that, people will be able to see. So, what is you giving it? X AU, which
XA. Yeah, XA, but so far it's just got XA, but it is XAW, right?
XAW, yeah. So I'm gonna show people here.
Maybe
it's lowercase. Oh yeah, you got it. You got a dictionary right there. So go right here. Thank you.
No, that's you. Go ahead.
Oh, that's me. Oh, okay. I thought that was XAW. Let's see what we got here. So y'all see it pop right up here, right? It's this thing that we're scrutinizing, but notice we found it in a longer word. So still, it tells us here we're saying it right. How now? Let's find it by itself. Oh, here it goes. So they got it as the crown, but they're not talking about the crown right there. I think they're talking about this glorious appearance. Well, let's see.
His crowning appearance, if you will.
Okay, it could be. So now we got to determine whether they're talking about. Well, they're not talking about the sun crowning, but see when they got appearances after crowning. So that's the one I defaulted to, unless of course they are actually crowning Ani or doing something like that. So here go the one I said, appearance and glory, and sometimes that just means like you shining. Have y'all noticed? Yep. See that. So there you go.
Shining in appearances. And let me make one preference so everybody knows, because they keep asking. We're reading from right to left because when you read Medu Neter, you read into the faces of the animals and the directions of some of the items. So for those who thought we were going to start from left to right, because I see it keep coming up, we're reading from right to left because it actually starts on the right and it goes towards the left.
And it's definitely his shining, because right after that it say we're being Ra. So that means to rise, Ra. So now we know that's his glorious appearance. When you rise, Ra. And don't that say that?
I think that's a determinative.
Okay,
the Ra symbol is determinative.
Okay, well, when you rise, then when you rise.
Yeah.
All right. So how do they see? We see when you rise. It is because they got the U with the K at the end, the Ek, and then they got wabin. That means you rise. So that means the word that we was wondering whether it was appearances or shining. Shining seemed to go. I mean, both go with that. So we can continue. Now, are we going to read it just again from the top to bottom for people who want to?
And make sure y'all get the pen and paper out if you're trying to write it down, because we read the first one the first time. Y'all didn't hear it. We read it the second time.
Well, he might not have been in the video at that point.
Nah, he was talking to me in there. That's why.
Okay, well, see, there you have it. Yeah.
So we're gonna just quickly read it. I'm just gonna quickly read it, and then you lot can just correct me or say anything else. Words by. He says Jeduf means he says homage upon you. You come as Chepera. As the creator of the Necheru, you rise and shine. You rise and you shine.
But when you said Kepera, you went back to the Medu Neter. So what does that actually mean? You know what I'm saying? Does it mean the manifester of manifestations, or how do we get into him? Creator of creation.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's you like transform.
You transform.
It means like developing. You transform. You develop. You're constantly evolving. So you who evolves. Evolving of the evolver, the evolving evolver, basically, or the transforming transformer, or the manifesting manifester.
Like So that's
because then one will have to be an adjective of the other, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Are we good with that, or are we gonna?
Oh yeah, we good.
Can we go?
Right. Y'all got questions in the chat? Say something. Let us know.
So when I just see a square, no matter what I see inside of it, I most often refer to the P. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes artists just draw stuff the way they want it to look, but symbolically, we only get a P from a square unless some people can tell me how they. Let me take that back. If we go into the detail of the square and see that horizons inside of it, or we see like a little right angle written in the lower right corner, then we will get something else from it. But right there from that, I'm just getting something. What are y'all getting?
Passage.
Oh, exactly. So there you have it. And now you see the backbones, or we see the parts of the, let us know that they're talking about the backbone here. So there's two different ways we could say this word. One could give us 9, and one could give us a part of the body. And since I see the determinative of the three things, I'm going to go out on a limb to say that this one is giving us passage, which is like a part of the backbone. So can we pull this up real quick so people can see? P.
I would say, yeah, because a lot of the times it would say like backbone in the translations, but I always say, shine.
Oh, no, check it out. It got something to do with his back for sure. If you
Because
feel
the reason why I say shine, right? Because if you go on to page 919, right? It also has what you said, we really should go into all of them. It also has the Ra symbol, and it also means to shine. And I would always take the last determinative as the final say.
Well, I don't think they doubled up the determinatives. I think that reading might could be reread because we got something like I see it like the backbone of Ra or something, and then we got Moot under that, which is something like his mother. To say his mother's shining. I mean, you know, I could be wrong, but look at show my screen so I can qualify why I think that.
Yeah.
Plus the Pesejet.
So it's clearly spelled out right here, right? And then it got the thing that gave me an indicator, maybe that's what they was talking about. It looks similar to it, and I know that they draw it at different times and different time periods. But I'll pull up another one, and it's gonna be here. It go. See, now they connected them three things, and we're gonna look back at what we look at on the glyphs, and then we're gonna see. When I seen this pest, I didn't even make this out yet, but y'all made it out that it was Presage. It let me know that they might be talking about the backbone. So now on yours, if we look at it, we'll see that they talking about maybe the is that mine? That's your dictionary, huh?
That's my one now.
Okay,
so
I just
see on my one. Yeah. So on my one.
Okay, you got one.
You see what I'm saying?
But it don't got the backbone. So
it doesn't have the backbone. Let me see. Exactly. So let's see. Do we have any other ones with the Presage?
With both of them.
Yeah, because we got Pesejet, which means the nope, we don't. So
we have, now we got to reconcile it somehow.
So we've got the upper back. So upper back. It could be an upper back. What else could it be? Or it could be to shine.
There too, yeah.
But the quote part is the artist then wrote both determinatives. So he wants us to think about both of them, and we have to figure that out, what that means. It's not like, well, Ra does shine, right?
Right.
But Moot is the word after Ra, if I'm correct. I can't see it now. And
So over here it says your mother.
We can't see it.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Okay, yeah. Let me put it up. Sorry about that.
Let's sing the song, yo. It helps me to shine. It helps me to shine.
So over here. It says your mother. Okay.
Yeah, so we got that part. So is your mother shining or your mother back? See, you could be on your mother back.
It could be. So technically speaking, it could be both. It technically could be both because when you look at the book of the day or the book of the night or the book of Nut, right? You see Ra sailing, but technically speaking, he's not sailing on her back. It's on her belly.
No, you're right. Is it the belly?
No,
you're right. Let's go because I just read the bottom of the last line. So your translation is right, and I'm wasting time. Because at least we got to learn another use of this word, but we didn't read this continuing from column 2. Go down to the bottom of column 2, and then it's going to be clear that what you said is more evident. See, it says your glorious appearance, then you rise, and now you're gonna shine next. You feel me? You rise and shine.
Yep.
You feel me? So I'm taking your translation with that, even though Presage is an option. But now, why is the back there still though?
Yeah.
Why? You know what I'm saying?
What is that? Is that oars or is that what is that?
Because we in the Book of the Dead. We're in Pardim Heru, right? So he talking about the afterlife. So now this rising ain't really cosmological, or so to speak. It is like a rising. I mean, it got the backbone and the sun.
Well, he's going to the heavens.
And your mother appearances. You see the appearances of his mother? Because his mother got an appearance right there too. And then it got T, it's a Tim. Back. What's that Tim? Or TM? TM suit in the tear. So knee suit in the tear. Well, I'm going too far.
Okay, you went down further. Yeah. So he went from back.
Yep. Okay. So rise and shine.
T
and then over again.
Yep. Now
so rise and shine. So rise and shine come from Kemet?
Jeez.
Do they got a rise and shine that predates Kemet? Rise and shine, gentlemen. But anyway, some of those funny things actually come up when you're doing these texts, like praise the Lord.
So,
Yeah.
Do we have a praise the Lord that predates Kemet?
We do. No, I don't think so. We got one in here though.
It's coming. It started it off. Do a ra, remember?
Yeah.
But not doing that. I don't want to throw us too far.
Do a neb. Do a neb will be praise the Lord.
Yeah. Do a neb.
Yeah.
Do a neb. We got that too though. But go. Let's continue. Sorry about that.
So,
you think that T is part of the Kauti? You think it's Kauti?
No, it'll be right here.
So Kau. Again, we got these glorious appearances.
Spirits.
So what's this T after it?
So, but this one is a bit different though, because this one is more of a concept. So this one isn't actually something because it's got the papyrus. It's got the papyrus, but that's more like of a concept, right? With the papyrus.
Yeah. Do you think that? But I think that's what I always see it as something that's intangible, just like you said, a concept. And so I think a glorious appearance is that. But what would you think it would be? I would
say that if we read it together, you're crowned as the king of the deities.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. It say king right there at the bottom, king of the Netzeru. And then we got Neb. What Nebi? Oh no, that was the eye. I'm sorry, I thought that was a Neb ball until I could see.
So we got that cherry. I'm looking above.
Now let's ask to see if this contradicts what I said earlier. I told people when we see this eye, it'll either mean Osiris or something that has to do with making or creating. Here the word is eerie, and what does this mean, you guys? I presume this word is eerie. IR with two readings after it, right? Is that two readings?
Eerie, yeah.
And
seeing your mother. Yeah.
Oh, so you see it to see.
Yeah.
So again, that left me out. I forgot about seeing, but seeing is for my. I don't know about that. That is
eerie. No, eerie is to make or do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Make or do of things.
Yeah, so that goes right along with what I was saying. It's either going to be to make or create, or it's going to be Osiris. So if we got IR and a Y, that is a maker of something. And what is he making to him? He's making to him. What is he going to make? A mother.
Making. You do or make of. You do or you make.
Mother. Mother.
You make mother. Nuts.
In the heavens.
So his mama gonna be Newt in the heavens. Pat. Oh well. I don't think
that's
that's
the determinatives. That's
it's a determinative.
Yeah. Okay, so that's just Newt.
So we've got two determinatives. So we've got nuts here, and then we've got the heavens, and then we've got a divine being here. So that'll be Nut itself. Yeah.
So she's there as the heavens, and she's the mother that we're discussing.
Don't that look like two of those arms going to the right?
It do too.
Yep.
So that's right?
What's in between it?
Yeah.
I do got something in between it.
I think that is that's the what's it called? You know when you're pointing, when you see Ra, you're pointing
a logogrammic stroke.
Single stroke. Yeah, single stroke to say that we're talking about arms, right?
Now this word
we're talking
ain't
about
finished.
two arms.
I think. But I think that word ain't finished. You're right. So it's like ooey, but the S ain't part of it. If you ask me, I think it stops at the Y.
Because the S would be a suffix for nuts, right?
Oh, so you think it's feminizing this term ooeyus? You think it's like something like?
Because I think it's saying that it's a dual.
Ooeyus.
I'm gonna tell you why. Scroll down some because the S looks like it might go with the M. So, no,
because what I see here is we've got the two arms, and they're spelling out that we're talking about two arms because we're talking about two arms, and then the UY or the UI makes it plural, right? Makes it dual, so two. Yep. And then it's also talking about, and then we're talking about the suffix, which is the S, which will relate back to nut.
Her two
right?
arms.
So her two arms, basically.
But I'm trying to say how to say that in the Medunetta. Owens. I mean, you know, what is it?
Owens.
Owens.
Could we? Yeah.
Well, we got to
Could we make sure? Could we check it on the Vigus though, just to make sure that we're right?
Yeah. No, I think I remember that term. Something about the two arms. But IWY, right?
Next, okay.
Sometimes when that word power. Okay, look right here. It got sleep though, but that's Let's see, it's 5 of them.
Yeah. Ask Brother Musa. Soon as we translate this, we'll answer.
When I put this directly in there, I'm seeing 2 arms, a chick bird, and a Dang, that's crazy. It ain't no S. So that would be the suffix. Right. So the S wouldn't be there. And all of these say sleep.
That's why I'm thinking the doorbolt might be separate. It might be.
But what did we say about what did we say about what did we say about that sleep? I don't think that's sleep. Let me see.
Let's see.
Show what you got, Smash, so we can see what you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold up. Let's see.
I'm trying to go through my brain for.
I see this. You see that?
Oh
yeah, he gonna share it.
We still see Kalam's screen. There it is. Okay.
You see that? Oh,
yeah. Let me show you what I've got then. Let me show you what I've got.
Well, he is passed away. Sleep is a possibility. Are we arms and hands? Well, that's the whole thing right there. Arms, hands. Where's the S at though? You see the S with it?
That's why I said the S is a suffix.
Okay.
So that's it right there. That's literally it right here. That
is
single
the
stroke.
Arms and hands we got
there and there. Family Tree, if you're enjoying the show so far, you already know why I ask of you. If you don't want to donate any money, don't want to hit us up with the super chats, all I ask you to do is just simply hit the like button. Let us know that you're enjoying the content. Leave plenty comments down below. We will get to any questions that you may have as well. So just hit up the like button, share it, let everybody know we've got like the actual titans on the channel right now. The Kemetic Titans, the Sabers on the channel right now, going through the ancient Egyptian Book of the Dead, the Pert Heru, or the Ra Pert Heru. Come on, family. Where else are you going to get this type of information from? I don't know anywhere else that's breaking down this information like this. Let's go, baby.
Nah, we breaking down the text. Put your Cash App in the joint. Y'all send this man some lunch today. Quit playing because you're not going to get it. Go to another channel and see if they doing this.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to figure this out because it ain't talking about no sleep.
No,
that's the Cash App right there, baby. Let me just.
I think we got arms. My question.
I know they arms, but I don't see it in the dictionary.
That door bolt is the question because he's got the arms where it looks.
Well, it's her arms. The door bolt mean her arms.
Okay, then we should be straight with that. Let's read the rest of the sentence and see if that makes sense.
Well, it says his mother something about Newt and her arms. I know about Newt arms. Like we read that part.
Right.
You know, Newt, we be seeing Newt do her arms and stuff. So that's why I'm like,
she does the knee gesture. So I'm familiar. There it is.
Let's go into the M. There you go. M.
Ready? Did we find it? Are we getting close? Oh, what are y'all looking at? Y'all looking at my screen too? But this one got an M. Oh, what are y'all? Oh, I'm sorry. What are y'all looking at?
We've gone back into the text.
Okay, great.
Gone back into the text, and we're just
I was still in
We're
the
finishing up on this last one right here, and then we're going to open it up. So we're not even going to finish deciphering the whole thing because I don't want the show to go on too long. I want to open up to questions afterwards. So right here, we've gone from the M, we've said the arit, which is the I and the T, and then we've gone into Nini.
Any, and I don't know if they're saying his name twice or no. That's the Nini gesture right there.
That's the
Nini.
Talked about. That's the word from the neighbor of Nehesi. It means to venerate, to praise, to pray.
And that's when you raise both hands. Which, when you read the Book of the Dead, and when you read the pyramid text, you're going to see Nini gesture a bunch, and just show them lifting their hands, raising their hands.
Nini isn't that the one where you bow? Nini isn't the bowing one.
I thought it was praying. My bad.
Yeah,
I thought it was Nahi. Nahi. I thought it was Nahi. I mean, like the end.
Nahi sounds better because it comes from Nehesi, obviously, and Nehi bird.
But y'all just pointed out that's a Nene on the screen.
Yeah, Nini. Yeah.
Or Nini. I just said the Nene. I mean, it could be an A in between that Y too, right?
So that's the
let me just present this as well.
That gesture is the raising of the hands. Kasua is the one I want to say is the bowing.
So you got it. To make greetings, basically. So basically making her make greetings for you.
So is it an Eri? It is an I before that. See, it still means to make. Now people see how consistent this is. Every place it popped up, it either mean to make, to create, or Osiris so far.
And remember, we're all three of us are breaking this down, and we only looking at the dictionary after the breakdown.
So let's go, baby. Let's read this. Let's read this last sentence to the family, and then let's go in. I think it's best to read from here. I think. So basically, you.
Oh, go ahead. You want me to do it?
Rise. Yeah, keep going.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I'll read the meta. I'll read the meta, then y'all can break it down. But I see something like Kauek with Ben. Should I say that Ra? No, just with Ben Ek. Kauek with Ben Ek. Then what we got up here? Pasej Mudek. If I say that correct. And I'm just saying my K's as Ek. Mudek, and then we got another Kau, but that's Kau T, right? Or that T is did we ever work out this T right here?
I think the T was to mean you, right?
Okay, all right. Kau T M. I'm saying Sutin or Nisut Nisut Netaru. And then we got Uri. So now that is IR with a Y at the end. I don't know how to say that. How would y'all say IRY?
Uri.
That's what I said here. Yeah. So Uri M. So Uri NK, which means to. Oh, I'm gonna let you tell them. Uri NK Moot Newt. Uri NK Moot Newt. Awi or whatever. Awi SM. Uri Aret Nene. Aret Nini. Now, if anybody want to read that English.
Going to break it down, Kalam.
Jeez. Okay. All right. Let's say right here. You rise. You shine.
Your mother.
Passage. So shine on your mother. Crowned. You are crowned as king of the gods or the Neteru. You make your mother. You make. I would have to put mother.
You make Nut your mother, huh?
You make Nut your mother. Oh, sorry. You make Nut. You make mother Nut. No, that's it. You make mother Nut. Two arms.
But it got a your. It got a. Oh, you make. Okay, you make mother Nut. I'm gonna stop interrupting.
You make gesture.
You make mother Nut. Yeah. Where are we? Said. No, both arms. Yeah. Use both her arms in doing the Nini or making greetings. You make your mother. You make mother Nut use her two hands in doing the knee gesture.
Doing greetings. Yeah, absolutely.
Is that? Was she holding up the sky?
Yeah.
That was dope, and that was a good reading. And people want to know this ain't about us trying to read it fast or try to. It's more, I like going slow to get the Scholastic. It took us an hour to do 3 lines. We could have all did it faster and huffed and puffed out our chest, but people wouldn't get nothing from that. It would be like trying to be a master teacher without keeping your mysticism, without just really explaining to people things. So I like doing it this way, where I ain't trying to speed read. I can read as fast as I need to, and I'm not going to ever know every word. But we need to know that we got the tools, and we got brothers like Kalam and Asar who can help us along these journeys. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. So family tree, let me know, have you lot enjoyed yourself? Let me know in the comment section what you guys are saying, if you enjoyed yourself. And we're open right now to take your questions, right? If you want to send us your questions or your comments, all you have to do, is tag Titans TV or hit us up with a super chat and ask your questions. As well, we're opening up for you guys to actually come in on the panel. If you want to disagree with us, if you want to congratulate us, if you want to make any comments, right? We're opening up. The link has now been shared. So feel free to come on in, ask your questions, and make your comments. Let me just go through all the comments that we've missed so far. Right here, salute here to find out what the community talking about. For the beginning listeners, what is the first step in learning hieroglyphs? Would you suggest starting with the unilaterals? Go ahead. That's for everybody. Everybody give your best answer for that.
A book I will recommend that is, people could recommend hundreds of books, but I think everyone should have Sir Alan Gardner's Egyptian Grammar because it will set you on a playing field with some of the most concise. Oh, you got it right there, the blue one.
Oh no, this is James P. Allen.
Oh, that's James P. Allen. Yeah, that's another very good one I was just about to mention. And then he actually start with learning the unilaterals. That's a very good way to start learning. If you just remember the glyphs that hold only one phoneme or one sound morpheme, I guess, then you will definitely be cool, because even when we break, you don't have to know how to parse yet. You can learn how to parse while we're doing these things. If you can identify, well, that's an A, that's an S, and that's a C, you might not be on the level, but you'll be able to participate in some of the more intense trainings. Now, you won't be able to teach, but you'll be able to follow along a lot more readily. And honestly, these books, they detail what your first step should be a lot more better than I could on the fly. But for me, I even when I learned Hebrew, that was one of the ways I figured that first, before you get into it, you need to familiarize yourself with the most common phonetic glyphs you'll be using. How about you, Asar? What you think?
You tell my story with that, but when I started to get good, and what I would recommend probably for the newer age, do that. And if you don't go that way, go get Mark Collier's How to Read Egyptian, because he simplifies it and he has a method that is like it's just sound where you can't mess it up. The only way you're gonna mess it up is if you're not doing the steps, and it's very easy. Mark Collier, and if you're a visual learner, because I've taken 2 of his classes, I would suggest Bob Breyer. Bob Breyer has a video set. It's like $39. You do it right online. You can always go back to it. And he tells you how to read the Medu Neter. He makes you do homework, and he covers the grammar. So things like we read today, like Ubin or Webin, you're going to see all of that in that information. So Bob Breyer's video lesson, which is on the Great Courses, very good. Or Mark Collier, and of course the free one, which our brother Smash just suggested, which is James P. Allen and Vigus, and what's our other guy? Gardner. Gardner has a real good one too for free.
Jeez, sick. All right. There's nothing more for me to add on that one. Yes, bro, Kalam, this was a very good show. Tony Mace up in the building.
Get him some lunch then, huh? Help a brother out with some brother hungry, man. Hit that brother off with some lunch, B. Just $1 or $2. That's all. That's all.
Hey, come on, family. We're starving out here, you know. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Yeah, family tree. Let me know what else. What else? Give me some. Yeah, people say good suggestions. Yeah, let me know, man. Is there any other questions that we've missed out on? Let me know, family. Let me know.
Musa, you said you
yeah, Musa. Where's Musa at? Musa, let me just get him up on here, man. Where is he at? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? This guy's gone to sleep like when we're doing some serious stuff. Let me just call him and tell him, like, get on the bloody panel. Hurry up.
Good cut, big brother.
Oh, man. So, yeah, family tree. Yo, Musa, what you saying? Yeah, well, come on now then. Hurry up and come on. All right, cool. You're there.
There's our brother.
What's up, peeps?
What's up, famo? You sound low.
Go on, Musa, talk to us. Let me know what's the yeah, very low. But I prefer it that way because sometimes you sound mad loud.
Okay. I can barely hear you though, man.
Is it? Well, you know what it is? Come off your log out and come back in again.
Okay.
Yeah, that should solve the situation, the problem. Jeez. And there's so much more, you know. Can you imagine? Let me just share my screen real quickly, yeah? Yeah. Right here. Look at that. We took a whole hour, yeah, to break this down for you guys, right? Over here. Imagine if I was to continue this show a little bit longer. Look, 2 hours would get us.
We're not going to finish today.
3 hours. Hold on. Let's keep going. 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. And then we most probably can get this done in like an hour, maybe, or 2 hours. Yeah.
Look at what
7 hours.
Look at what brother Ani has, and look at what his wife has. She holds the tambourine usually. She got it in her hand. That sound was to keep set away. Annie is obviously, he's got his offering table. Notice the table is just like the Hieroglyph, the top of it, the golden part. It's just like the Hieroglyph. It's the offering table, and that's how you know what it is. And you've got his offerings up there. You got all types of food up there. You got eggs towards the bottom. You know what I'm saying? This is for the ancestors. This is the first form of giving grace. So you give grace. You let your Aku eat before you. You give them homage, give them veneration, and then you eat and you partake. And when you pass away, then if you taught your children well, they'll do the same thing for you.
And you know what's beautiful about this as well? Yeah, which a lot of the family members don't know nothing about this. This is ma'at right here. This is reciprocity, right? When somebody gives you something, yeah, when somebody gives you something from their heart, from their soul, from their words, from their mouth, right? Guess what? From their actions, what you're supposed to do, return them in kind. That is ma'at. Give them something, give them an offering. We've just spent a whole hour on this panel breaking down information, and I've just clocked it for real, for true. You lot should at least drop $2 or £2, right? £2. That's what I'm asking, for one person in your heart, yeah, to drop £2 just to say thank you for what we've just given to you today. Minimum. Because you're not getting this anywhere else, right? The amount of time, look it up. See these textbooks here? They're not cheap. Yeah. These books here, yeah, that we're breaking stuff down from, they're not cheap, right? And we spent all this money, all this time learning the hieroglyphic language for you. Yeah. We spent all that time, like really, making it live within inside of ourselves, yeah, in order to come on here to now actually break this down for you live on air, unplanned. just today. We just said, all right, cool. I said, cool, let me do this show. I saw Smash on. I saw them the day before breaking down some hieroglyphs. I was like, damn, man, finally some hieroglyphs on the big screen. Usually we're not even discussing from the actual text. I'm like, yeah, let's do a show like this for you guys. This is just episode 1, right? We're gonna move on to another text after this. Yeah, for episode 2. And I also want to break down Kemetic information because I feel as though we're not really getting that true Kemetic information out here properly. So yeah, man, at least somebody feel it in your heart and drop a donation. I'm asking for just $2, £2, just so I know that you actually care and love this information. That's it. But anyways, family tree. Let me go to Musa. Musa, what are you saying to me, my brother?
Yeah, I like what you lot was doing. Very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Very impressive with the Egyptian book of the Dead. I'm gonna ask you lot. I mean, I've asked Kalam this before. How the book? Have you heard of the Egyptian book? Not Egyptian book. I mean, the Ethiopian Book of the Dead.
Yes.
And known as the Bandlet. And that is still they're still practicing that in Ethiopia now, you know that?
It's a Coptic thing, absolutely. Definitely
yes. But the Ethiopian Book of the Dead is inspired by the Egyptian Book of the Dead.
Yeah, with some of the same texts. In fact, when you mention that, and I've said it, my brother Smash said it as well, and you guys have known because I've been over on Brother Rich's show and the other show, Black Ice and all that. The Ethiopian Coptic Church, their calendar is pretty much the same as the old civil calendar for the ancient Egyptians.
That's correct.
So everything is almost still in use with them. They just do Christian things now as opposed to Medu Nature things. But Ip is still Ip over there. It's still the same thing from a lot of their rituals that are
that's correct. Yes,
Christian. Yeah, those are old ancient Egyptian rituals still in the mix.
Yes, and it's still like they write prayers and they put it around the deceased body to guide them in the afterlife.
That's right. Still wrapping the body. You notice that went over to our Muslim brothers. Our Muslim brothers wrap that body like a mummy, huh?
Yes, but they don't have the intense. Intent
is not much different. You want Allah to bless it. You want him to carry him on. You want him when he's in the Barzakh to be comforted. You want the angels to take the soul to the right place. He's still got to go through a whole journey to get to the right place. And then you got Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam sitting on the throne, no different than a Tsar. On the left, you got Jesus in the middle. You get Let's
go in on these questions now, because I don't want to get sidetracked. I want to keep it on the Egyptian Book of the Dead. We're talking about this particular papyrus of Annie, so I don't want to get sidetracked to something else. Kalam and the panel, is the underworld and afterlife real places your spirit or consciousness go? I'll go to Smash. What are you saying, Smash?
Do I think it was real or not? I mean, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think their concept placed the afterlife in multiple places now. Before Kalam taught me what you showed me about it actually being in the back of the tomb, I had nothing about that concept. Everything I knew about the afterlife was, airy. And so I like to thank you for that. But that still gives me in my brain like 2 locations for the afterlife. I think it was somehow something that through the back of the tomb, then you may have reached the dua. But honestly, I think what I think might conflict with others on the panel thing, I think they actually had some type of spiritual place they thought they would reach and get to, whether or not it was through the back of their tombs or not. That's just me. Osar, how about you,
brother? Up?
Yeah, I agree, and not only do I agree, the dua is set up on the planet, right? So certain parts of Egypt are set up like they set up the Duat, right? So the Elysian fields, certain areas, certain temples that were built, certain per ankhs were set up in the shape that they had under the constellations to mimic the Duat. So what they did on the ground, they also usually set up from the sky, and they presumed that the consciousness would go to that part of the sky. So in the Harem Marquette, or not the Harem Marquette, but the Merkut, the pyramids, you'll see one of the cod doors, as they call it, the false door or the cod door. The king's soul was to go out of that door and go towards the northern sky, whether you're dim with Sikar, the sweet smelling souls, the Aku, where they dwelled, they said. So we know what they thought concerning where the conscious would go, where the soul would travel to, and what the Arquette was in the sky. Does it happen? Probably not. But did they set it up in that fashion? Yes, absolutely.
Sick. All right, family tree. So, for me, that question there is broken up into a few sections, right? Is the underworld and afterlife real places? So again, the underworld and the afterlife, that's two different concepts, right? One, underworld is basically, you're saying, is a place. The afterlife is just a state of existence or state of being. After this life, after the life on this earth, they had the concept that they were still going to be on this earth, right? That was their afterlife, full stop. They wanted to be preserved in the consciousness and of the community itself. That's the way I personally understand it. They wanted to be in the house, they wanted to be in their own tomb, and they wanted to be remembered in terms of their works passed on through their children and passed on to their spiritual, and I'm going to use the word spiritual children very loosely in the sense of, if I am your tutor, I am your father. I am the one who gave birth to you in the sense of consciousness and education. That's literally even what the word Siba actually means, to cause your soul. To cause your soul what? To cause your soul to come into fruition. I'm actually going to bring out your soul, bring out that within inside of you itself. Inside of the, what's the book now? Coming forth from the chambers. It's called the Book of Thoth anyway. It really goes into some serious information. And that's why, that's another thing, I really want to start bringing out the real stuff on here, because most people, they want to be Kemetic practitioners, right? And I'm saying, and again, with the temple stuff, I'm like, let's go, because there's literally books out there, right? It may not be readily available in the English language like that, but literally will tell you, this is how you set up a temple, right? This is how many priests is needed in a temple. This is their roles in the temple. This is the schoolmaster. Here is the curriculum. This is the library that we pull from, right? And if you go into these books, right, you'll understand that a lot of the stuff that we're learning about the underworld, okay, is so powerful, because it's not just simply what we read and we think it is, right? It's multi-layered, right? Because these are books, the underworld books, right, was only reserved for a certain group of people. This was only reserved for the highest groups of people. This was reserved either for the royals, right? No, furthermore, it was simply reserved for the royals. Very few people outside of the royals were given the Amduat books as such, right? And the only reason why is because you have to reach a certain level of education, because this is a scholastic, they say priest, but it's a scholastic system where only a certain group of people can reach that level to learn about the higher levels in life. We're talking about astronomy. We're talking about geometry. We're talking about geography, because what these books are cosmography. So at one time they may be talking about, the West, i.e., when it gets dark, but the next time it's literally talking about in the West, Like in the West, when you travel into the West, we're going west of this country into Libya, into Chad, into these regions. This is what it's talking about. When it's talking about going into the East or Southeast, where the gods come from, it's literally talking about going down into Punt, southeast of Egypt itself. So it's like so many different levels of geography, mythology, cosmology. It's like so many different layers, and if you don't know how to unpack it, you'll get lost in the source, to be honest with you. And a lot of the metaphors that they use in there, it's like, oh, beautiful, the field of reeds. It's like this is coming from a scribal people, you know. It's so hard. If I really, we need to start opening up some of these books, yeah, and you will see the levels that they're talking about, the metaphors that they're using, right? It's not talking about anything that we believe it is, that they literally believe that they're going to be in a field of reeds. No, they're talking about, or they're going to be, I don't know, bathing in the lake and all these things here. It's like, no, go into these chamber books, right? And go into the book of Tahuti, right? And you see what they're talking about. They're not talking about no afterlife stuff. They're talking about stuff right here on this earth where we're in a dark chamber, meaning we're in a level of ignorance in the pool of, or in the lake or in the waters of Nun, where at this moment we're not even conscious, so we're not even aware yet. What is the lake of water? It's the ink. What does the ink do? We need to be able to swim in this lake, to go onto the banks. What does it mean? It's also a metaphor to saying that we're going to use our pen, our scribal knowledge to write things down. The more we learn, the more we come illuminated in our mind, the more that we know, the more that we're able to rise like a Ra. Oh my God, I'm telling you, yeah, when we really start going into it, and you see it, you're like sugar. All of this afterlife stuff that they're talking about, yeah, it's not what we think it is. It's just pure allegory and metaphors. And I'm like, listen, this is why I'm here now, yeah? I'm going into these books. I don't give a toss no more. I don't care about this Islam and Christianity and Judaism and Hebrew stuff. If I had a chance here, I just want to teach this Kemet stuff. I want to go back into the literature, go back into the books and start teaching you lot straight from the hieroglyphs itself. I don't want to talk about no Parthenogenesis, young pharaoh nonsense, or some Sarasutan nonsense, or the rest of the pseudo nonsense that you hear on road. I want to go straight into the real Kemetic information, because more time we speak Kemet, and I'm going to say again, we give Kemet lip service, but rarely do we actually practice, yeah, the philosophy, the concepts. We know all the history. We know all the history of Kemet, right? But rarely do we actually take in and actually imprint this information into our hearts, yeah, into our heads, into our hands, and really move like Kemetians. God damn, let's bring it back, baby. Go ahead, Asar.
Yeah, some of this shit out, like your hand, just your hand, and being able to work Heka before becoming an Ami Unut, an hour watcher, which is an astronomer. This is not only part of the mythos of you traveling in the boat with the supposed ferryman, which you later see in Clash of the Titans. This is a mystery which they call the Shitaut for your hand and being able to work Heka to know the different risings of the stars. Just knowing the helical rising back at that time was something special. These are the mysteries that you don't know. We can do one on here next week, or because I work tomorrow. We can do one on here next week. We'll do one with the hand, and that's it, because the rest you got to come into the Perronk for. But the equation of your hand being a ship, and us, and when we tell you how this works, this would be your initiation. This would be your first walkthrough. When you're talking about the mysteries, the Shitaut, the mysteries of the secrets of Ampu, this is knowing how to do that job and how to perform it, and being taught how to be what? An embalmer, a pallbearer, one who does the body like this and that. And that's what they uncover when you read the text. But for those who don't read the text, you just talk stuff from a distance. But I know your books, so you can't talk much stuff because I know the correlation. So it's important that if you're saying something, if you're throwing rocks and hiding your hands, just hold your hands up. Do the Nini gesture so you can find out the truth. And we can work these things out properly, like men do, you know.
So
100. Family,
What's up?
family. Hold on 1 second, right? Because right now, yeah, I'm trying to keep these shows, yeah, at an hour and a half maximum, right? We're already on an hour and 29 minutes. So what I'm saying right now, if anybody has their channel and they want to promote their channel and go live on their channel right now, we're taking our audience who's watching live right now and we'll go over to your channel, family. That's what I'm saying. So far, we've got some very good questions coming in. Open the books, no? What's the field of read? Talking about the bar, etc. People want to learn, baby. People want to learn, right? But right now, I'm actually going to close down this show. Unfortunately, I'm closing down this show. It's been an amazing show. And we're going to be here in the back chat. So the link has been shared. So if you want to jump in right now, jump in. There's a limited number that can actually jump in. And you can have a talk with the Titans right now. Smash Rockwell, Asar M. Carr. Like, come on, baby. Come on in. Have a good talk with us. But right now, we're going off air. If you enjoyed the show, please share it with everybody else. Let them know that at least on a weekly basis, we're going straight into the Kemetic text and we're going to be teaching from them. We're going to be reading from the hieroglyphs themselves. So you know, yeah, this is going to be powerful information. Anyways, family tree, I love you guys, but I'm signing out. Brothers, do you want to say anything before we go?
Hey, in case y'all don't know, my page is Smash Rockwell. Tap in with me. The Cash App is Smash Rock. And I thank y'all for all the support, all the members on the channel. You know, Smash Rockwell. That's what it is.
Heck in the Chair, HKN, new word NTR, Heck in the Chair. And of course, my Asarum Cod channel. I don't do a whole lot on the Asarum Cod channel. I'll start to, though. In the Heck in the Chair channel, we got, you know, you can go over to Egypt. We had to debunk one of our brothers, you know, by me just showing the trip, just showing some water. So come over there, good information. Usually on Smash's channel. Sometimes I'm on Side Netchers. So I pop up everywhere. Sometimes I get it in everywhere, y'all know.
All right, family. Peace and love. We're out, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. Oh, man. Young Cali, baby.